Welcome to the STARS program, seniors taking active roles in society. And now, here's your host, ANITA FINLEY.
So we are so always happy when we have the folks from Senior Medical Associates on our show, and most especially Dr. MOSHIN JAFFER, Dr. Jaffer, who was the founder, and he is there working, and he has, I guess, you plus another 5. You still have 5 others? 5 other doctors?
No. Yeah, 8 other doctors.
8 other doctors. Oh, we just don't show them in your advertising. So that's why you're just so popular. That's why. Okay, so Dr. Jaffer, I was going to ask you now, with this particular virus going on, are you still seeing patients? Who are you seeing now?
You see, very early on, after seeing what happened in China and how it was proliferating all over the world, and America had not really started taking this virus that seriously, I realized that the most vulnerable in that population overseas was the seniors. So we made a decision at Senior Medical to tell our seniors, please, please, please stay at home. Start self-isolation. Don't stock up on your foods and don't go out if you don't have to. And we started telling our patients, whatever you need, you call us, day or night. And we started having our doctors call them regularly. So we started sequestrating them and making that self-isolation and self-quarantine even before our lockdowns came into effect. And that has been very good because out of thousands of our patients, only 2 have got COVID. Mercifully, touch wood, yes. So this isolation has been a great boon to them. And we call them and we make sure that they are well fed and they are happy and stable. And all the medicines and everything is right. If there's any medical problem, we take care of it.
What did you have to do with the 2 that got it? Did you get them to the hospital? How did that go?
One of them is asked to stay at home. One of them had to go to the hospital, and she's still stable, so that's very good. So I think she might survive. And like you know, recently in Coral Springs, a lady aged 97 who had heart disease and diabetes survived COVID infection. So
why do you think that's true? Why do you think that's true?
This is a silver lining because overwhelming majority of people who have succumbed to the virus have been people 65 and above.
Right.
So this is very good news. And also it has got to do, I think, something with your own immunity mounting an overwhelming response to this virus. You see, our body is equipped with ability to spot an intruder, be it a virus or a bacteria, and the body says, this guy doesn't belong. By the way, we have trillions of friendly bacteria in our body, you know that.
Yes.
We have 30 times more cells, our own cells, which are bacterial cells, and these are our friends. This is the biome, the microbiome of our body. So these are friendly guys. Our immune system knows who's friendly and who's not friendly. And to those, they mount a response, the immune response. And the people who get very, very sick is where the response is overwhelmingly and it's too strong, where it destroys your own tissue, be it your lung tissue, your heart tissue, and you die because of the response is so bad. That has been the bane of our treatment of COVID today, that the response the body puts up is so strong that itself becomes the enemy rather than the virus alone. And in this lady, to answer that question, maybe the response was not so bad or not so overwhelmingly overpowering, and she survived. And how do you survive is your own body finally says, let me make antibodies to fight this virus, and it dies, just like the cold virus. You know, we get a cold, and in 7 days, you overcome it. And you know the saying that goes about the virus, cold. If you have a cold and you take medicine, it lasts you a week. And you don't take medicine, it lasts you 7 days.
You're so funny. You always do this.
And the, and the secret is your own body until your own body makes the antibodies and kills the virus, you continue having symptoms.
I want everyone to know that my guest is Dr. MOSHIN Jaffer, and he is the founder of the Senior Medical Associates, and we just love them. They are one of the finest medical groups in South Florida and probably beyond. I've known Dr. Jaffer for many, many years, and he's extraordinary, and we're so glad that he takes the time to do this with us. And I'm so appreciative of what you were saying, though, about that you did know ahead of time. I guess you should have been up there on the stand talking to people. You could have told them that stay at home, right? And yes, it is serious, and don't say that it's a joke. It isn't a joke, right? How did you know that?
Yes. Because you see, if you look at Ebola, you look at SARS, you look at MRSA, all these infections were similar type of infections to COVID-19. But the WHO and America at that time was very active in pandemic control. Pandemic means when an infection is not just in one area, but has spread all over the world. And we don't want that happening. So we had a very robust pandemic response, started with President Clinton, was strengthened by President Bush, and then President Obama continued it. Unfortunately, with the present administration, it was toned down a lot. You see,
Wow.
We have to take the world leadership. If something bad is happening somewhere, like, for example, Ebola, we had to go in and send people and send equipment, personal protective equipment, and contain the virus in the area of origin so that it doesn't spread. Now, in China, they made a mistake. They tried to keep a hush-hush on it for a while.
Yeah, right.
And then it started spreading. Now, instead of the world all coming down on China and making it close down and contain it, Chinese were allowed to leave and travel elsewhere. They went to Italy, they went to other parts of the world, and they took the viruses with them, you see.
Yeah,
and that's how we got
happened.
in America. We could have had it contained if we had a very robust and active pandemic control internationally. You see, the world, and we were always the leaders. America was always the leader in this. Unfortunately, we dropped the ball.
Yeah, that is too bad. And I am very happy now, though, that the scientists are leading the charge and they're telling administration what they should do. That's been really important, hasn't it?
Yes, and I hope our president listens to them.
Yes, I know. They have to. Well, he has to. And I think that and the other thing is I think our governors have really taken a great lead on taking care of their populations, don't you?
Yes, I'm glad. Our governor finally relented and ordered the lockdown. But we must, those who live in Dade, Broward, and Palm Beach counties, we were much more proactive, and we ordered the county government ordered a lockdown, which was very proactive and a prompt response. And I'm so glad that we did that, because that perhaps reduced us from really blossoming into a New York, where the death and the toll is the largest, you see.
Terrible stuff that's happening there and in California. So are we doing okay in Florida? Have we had deaths here? Well, at least the nursing homes. We're not getting the kind of nursing home deaths that we were afraid of, are we?
Yes, we got our share, and we were sort of, in the beginning, I had a bad feeling that we might become one of the epicenters, just like New York. But I'm glad this lockdown has contained it, and I'm glad we got the spring break crowd away, because those kids, they think they are Teflon, and they were going everywhere and perhaps contributed to the spread. So we did away with that, and I think we have leveled off. But in another 2 weeks, we should have the answer. We should have a better idea. The whole thing is... Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, but I don't think we can just say, okay, it's over, right? We have to still do a lot of the things we're doing. I want to still wear this mask.
It ain't over until we get herd immunity. What does that mean? That means at least 40% of the people will get the infection, and the herd immunity is that immunity that is implied to others where the virus cannot do so much damage and we're building up antibodies and so on. So we don't have that. We can't naturally kill off this virus. There is a hope that the warmer weather will perhaps not be so friendly to the virus, just like the flu virus is mainly affecting us from November to March, you see. So we hope that is the same trend with this virus, perhaps, that we will not get the virus affecting us.
Well, I do have a question, Doctor. Dr. Jaffer, when they say to wash your hands all the time, they don't say with hot water. And when I wash it and I'm home, I always use hot water. Why do they think cold water is good?
Actually, the soap is the killer. You see, the virus is not a living thing. It's really a particle. So it's got a little protein in it, and it's got a fat lining on it. And soap just dissolves the lining. So the soap dissolves the fat lining, just like if you had grease on your hand. And that lining is dissolved, so the virus dies because you took away its skin, literally. So the soap, now it's whether it's cool water or warm water, doesn't matter. But it's true, you're right, warm water makes the soap work a little bit better.
Yeah, because that's what I've been doing. But I ordered some groceries. They came in, and I did put some things in the sun, and then I took other things and wiped them down with alcohol. And I've been really trying to be very careful.
You're right. Any temperature above 56 degrees is lethal to the virus. So keeping it a little while in the sun, if you can afford to keep your groceries out there, it's not a bad idea at all. A lot of people spray and do all sorts of things. But you can just not be too careful. You don't know. If you just need a few virus particles to come into your mouth or nose, and that's the beginning of an infection in your body.
Now, are your doctors actually at your clinics working?
Actually, because we told all our patients to stay home, our doctors are calling all our patients home just about every week to make sure they're okay. If there's any need, if the medicines are all refilled, if they have any, even food-wise, we can direct them where to get food and things like that. So that our main desire is to keep our patients at home as much as possible and out of harm's way.
That's beautiful. I love the way that you handled that. That's so nice because it's rare that you get doctors calling patients at home, and you certainly, you're the leader, and I know that. I know how you think, and I know that this is the best way to do this, and I'm so happy to hear this. Well, I do have a few other questions on this. So now, the people, though, you stay at home, but they should get out and exercise. They should walk at least, right, around their block. Just stay away from people.
Correct. You see, you stay 6 feet or more away from somebody, very little chances of getting a virus from them, especially if you're outside and wearing a mask. It's so little likely. And then when you come back, take a nice shower, and put your
is that true?
clothes
you
in.
You should do that?
Yeah. You never know because, you see, there are two ways of transmitting. The droplet, if somebody coughs, the droplets will go out and fall down within 3 to 6 minutes. But the micro droplets may stay in the air for a while. So what if those droplets fell on your shirt, and then you come home and you touch your shirt, and then ultimately that hand goes to your mouth? You might put that virus in your mouth, you see. So if you ever go out, it's best when you come in, put your clothes in the wash. Soap is the enemy of the virus. And take a shower. So if it's anywhere on your body part, it's washed away with the soap and killed. And then you're okay, because going out, getting the sun is so important. We need some sun. We need some fresh air. And also it's good for your mind. one of the big problems about this self-isolation and sequestration that we are doing, people go nuts at home. they start getting depressed, and there is a very, very disconcerting feeling that you are isolated and alone and don't have human contact. Because after all, we are gregarious animals. We need the company of fellow human beings. And when we are deprived of that, we feel very lonely and isolated. So going out, if you see your neighbor, you can say hi to your neighbor. You don't have to come close to her. But it's good that human contact is established. And nowadays, we also have FaceTime on our phones. So, and on the computer, you can Skype your children all over the country or wherever in the world. So the seniors should be doing that a lot, should be communicating with people, their grandchildren and children. That would be very good to keep their spirits high.
Okay, well, there are some people that unfortunately don't have people in their life. So what would you suggest someone does if they're feeling depressed, and how do they know they're depressed?
Oh, depression its preys are the most in the senior population. Some estimates say that almost 1/3 of the senior population is depressed. And depression has got degrees from just anxiety to really deep depression. And this would cause your loss of mood, loss of appetite, or increase your appetite, sleepiness or sleeplessness, feeling of loss, the mood, the affect. So you've got different shades, like I said, from anxiety to deep depression. So you or your family or your friends would see that. Oh, Anita, you don't look the same. You're so low. Why are you? You're not interested in what we are talking. You're not contributing. You're not saying anything. So I know a lot of places of worship and churches have started having Zoom services. Zoom is good, and I hope the seniors can learn how to download that app. And they have church services where you can see all your church fellow mates or your synagogue or your mosque or your temple or wherever you go, and you meet your fellow parishioners and you talk to your priest or preacher. That is a very good interaction. You also get some spirituality and you feel a little bit of, you feel like you are connected. And some people have even started social groups, their own friends group. And like, for example, tomorrow I'm a member of the Rotary Club. Tomorrow the Rotary Club will have a meeting on Zoom.
Wow.
And that's nice. You see all your fellow Rotarians, and you talk to all of them, and you say hi to them and exchange ideas. So this phone and this new technology has been great help, and the computer, of course. So we can still stay connected without the physical connection that we humans need.
I want to very much get your pencils out. I'm going to give you the phone number. It's really important for the senior medical associates. It's 954-659-9690. Again, 954-659-9690. And you're going to go to their website, which is seniormedicalassociates.net. Seniormedicalassociates.net. So if you're looking for an extraordinary medical practice that it's a center where here they even have doctors now calling all the patients to make sure that they're okay. What can they do for them if they have any problems besides medical? It's unique to do this. And so his motto is, together we can achieve the healthiest version of you. And they are the leaders in senior health care. We're so proud that we have them as part of our whole team. I call them a team, and they do what we call wellness care. That's what's happening right now. If you go to their centers, when you can go there, you will see they have food of all kinds. I mean, snacks, things. It's such a cheery, happy place. And so it's all through. And I have to really put the blame on Dr. Jaffer, because that's how he started this. And he's such a humanitarian. That's what I just love about him. He really understands what people need and how they are. And his son is pretty nice too. That's Mohammed and Jaffer. And you have don't you have another son also?
Yes.
So you have, this son works with you in the medical field.
Yes. and the other helps with marketing. But you touched a very important point about happiness. And I want all your listeners to say they must practice happiness. It's the best way to augment your immune system. So I want them to laugh a lot. And if you don't have enough reasons to laugh, watch a comedy or a funny movie. That's right. Nice belly laugh will be a great boon to your immune system. And of course, to your mood. The original question, it'll augment your mood so much.
Right. Well, I have a big smile on my face. Every time I talk to you, I do that. But we have something called shout-outs now that we send out, and we always try to put something funny, and I then try to get the right company to sponsor, and I think, I'm going to send this very funny thing out, and I'm going to have your organization sponsor it, and it's hysterical. So you're going to have to, once we do it, I'm going to have my administrator send one specifically to you, although it's going out to thousands of people anyway. You're going to love that. So it's always such a pleasure to talk to you, Dr. Jaffer, and I want you to really be safe. And I know if you see people, you tell us what to do, but sometimes the people who tell us what to do don't take care of themselves enough. And doctors need to do that.
Thank you, Anita. You do a great job. Today I got my copy of Boomer Times in my newspaper today. And
good.
And I saw the articles in it. They're very, very appropriate and they serve the senior population very, very effectively. Thank you for doing a great job, because seniors very often are forgotten because the media, everybody is looking at the young and forgets that the old ones are the greatest generation America has ever had.
Absolutely. They're my favorites. Yes. I've been doing this for 30 years, and it's so great to have you as part of it. So thank you, Dr. Jaffer. And you're going to love what I'm going to send you. You're going to be hysterical.
I look forward to it.
Okay.
You take care.
I'm laughing and I'm smiling. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Dr. Jaffer is so special. Okay, we'll talk to you again, Dr. Jaffer.
Okay.
Bye.